She smiles at me as I enter and waves. Hello, Hisao. Good to see you again. What are you looking for this time? Nothing in particular, I guess. I just didn't really feel like going back to my room is all. Yuko nods. Well, if you're unoccupied, maybe you could help me look for something? Hey, bitch, I didn't say I was available for job. I said I was fucking just, chilling. Sure, what do you need? I guess, apparently, since Hisao doesn't want to listen to me. Yuko brings a finger up my ass and... okay, maybe not. To her lips and looks around furtively? She seems to be looking for eavesdroppers. Okay. Come closer. I take a few hesitant steps forward, while feeling distinctly unnerved. Yuko lowers her voice to a confidential whisper. I'm on the trail of the Yamaku cat burglar. The what? Shh! The walls have ears, Hisao. But listen, those missing books, remember them? Yeah? Well, they weren't missing. They were stolen. I'm convinced of it. I remember you saying something of the sort earlier, but how do you know? Yuko leans in closer and, if possible, whispers even lower. Because I found one of his hiding places. You did what? Yuko looks triumphant. Found one of his stashes. It was under one of the stairwells in the boys' dorm. 3 books I'd been looking for. All 3. I'd suspected a thief before, but this proves it. So did you take back the books? Yuko looks as if I've just suggested she walk around naked. So, do you want to walk around naked? Are you nuts? No, but I have 2 of them. He can't know I'm onto him. He might go around to evade capture. So what do you need my help with then? Here, Hisao, take this harpoon. You know what to do when I give you the signal. Yuko casts another glance around the library and leans in closer. You've got a spy for me. Spy? Yeah, like when you're in the dorms, you know? Keep an eye out for suspicious activity. What constitutes suspicious anyway? I mean, Kenji's a pretty suspicious dude, but I'll wager he barely goes to class, much less sneaks into the library to pilfer books. Still, what's the harm in saying yes? At the least it'll get me out of this weird conversation. And with the fucking orchestra in the background doing their dramatic music, it is kind of weird. Yeah, I can do that, no problem. Oh, thank God. Yuko straightens up and claps excitedly. Great! Now, hurry up and talk about something else in case someone comes in. How's the school treating you? Well, it has its ups and downs. Like the elevator business. Ayo! Pretty well, actually. I've been running in the mornings with... Emi Ibarazaki, right? Yeah. How'd you know? I served you two in the tea house, remember? Oh, that's right, you have 2 jobs. I deduced that if you were going to run with anyone, it would probably be her. She looks pleased with herself. Impressive. Anyway, yes, we've been running in the mornings, and we kinda started dating. I don't understand people, why they act like that when, someone sort of finds out about something like that. They go, we kinda started dating. It's like, why are you nervous about telling people that? Yuko claps her hands together excitedly again. Really? That's great! bet you two are great together. I love seeing people find one another like that, you know? I even thought to myself when you walked into the Shanghai that one time, I wonder if that kid will wind up with one of those girls. Really? I've got my generic happy music too. It is generic happy music, yay! Yuko doesn't seem to notice my somewhat weirded out tone and nods affirmatively. Yep, I could tell that you'd wind up with one of them, you know? Well, I'm just that much of a fucking player. Bitches be crawling for my D. I've got an eye for that sort of thing. I've got 2 of them for seeing, Yuko, you know, if that's any... Of course, her expression droops slightly. I'm not so good at it myself. You know, me and you, one and the same, Yuko. One and the same. Oh, I'm sure that's not true. Oh, it's true. I met this guy once, and he raped me, and then... Whoa, taking a turn for the worse, Jesus. We got along really great, but it turned out he was a chick instead. And it was kind of weird, but not terribly so. What was really weird that he kind of blew his nose on my dress and then yelled out Chakabawa. Huh, that does seem kind of odd, doesn't it? I hope it wasn't something I did. I feel compelled to reassure her. I'm sure it was. I intend to try and calm her down further, but the both of us jump in surprise at the ringing suddenly coming from my pocket. Hello? Yes, this is Chris Hansen. Turn around, please. Yuko sighs to steady herself as I pull the phone from my pocket. I feel a little sheepish for indirectly causing the incident. Emmy, what's up? Oh, thank God, I haven't called your phone before, so I didn't know if this number would work or whether you would pick up, and I can't... Whoa there, Emmy, slow down. What's wrong? There's a pause on the other side of the line, during which I can hear Emmy trying to control her breathing in order to calm down. Something's got her terribly agitated, and it's starting to agitate me. Can you just... Can you stop by? Like, now, or shortly after now? Just come now. I really need to talk to you. There's a tone of pleading in the last sentence, and that I don't think I've ever heard from her. Of course, I'll be right there. Hold steady, okay? Who's steady? Where is he? How do I hold him? In my increasingly agitated state, I've apparently started saying things that don't quite make sense. Okay, I'll be okay. See you soon. I pressed the button to end the call before slipping the phone back into my pocket, apologising to Yuko for running off and run off. See you later, Yuko, I gotta go, bye. Perhaps at some point I would have stopped by to think about the time, or how suspicious it looks for a guy to enter the girls' dorm at this hour. Except right now I'm just concerned with getting to Emmy and finding out what's wrong and how I can help her. Maybe she's just trolling, maybe she's like got a surprise birthday party. Is it my birthday? Is this surprise birthday sex? I knock on the door and I'm greeted with a subdued come in. Oh, something is very wrong as I stare at the scene before me. Emmy's there, yes, but she's in a wheelchair. And her legs are missing. I glance around the room and see them sitting in a corner, looking like they've been thrown there. Emmy responds to my entrance with a lopsided grin that is both pleased to see me and completely, utterly heartbroken. Hi, Hisao. It looks like she's been crying, but if she was, she's stopped now. I notice that I'm a little out of breath, having taken the stairs 2 at a time in order to get here. My heart doesn't seem to mind the strain though. I file this happy fact away for later consideration. Well, my heart's just dropped suddenly as well, Jesus. Like when I am not staring somewhat dumbstruck at my girlfriend in a wheelchair. Realising I've still not responded to her greeting, my brain lurches into gear. Emmy, what happened? Guess I should have listened to you, Hisao. My leg's got a nasty infection. I'm not allowed to run on it for at least a couple of weeks. Fuck. She gives a bitter laugh that shouldn't be coming from her. didn't see the point. Why hop? You can't run on one leg. At least this way I can still, I don't know, roll fast or something. Yeah, that's good, right? My awkward attempt to look on the bright side seems appreciated, but not really effective. Amy shrugs. It's just kind of a nuisance. I mean, we can't even eat up on the roof now. No wheelchair access. Yeah, but that's not a big deal, right? I mean, we can still eat together, and that's the important thing. That lopsided grin again, it hurts to look at. I suppose so, yeah. But like I said, it's a nuisance. I mean, I haven't really used a wheelchair in, she thinks for a minute, maybe 7 years? Something like that anyway. So that tells us that her accident with her father was approximately 7 years ago, if you couldn't gather that. A long time. I'm afraid I'm a bit out of practice. Well, fortunately it's only temporary, right? Hey, let's go get another wheelchair, we can have wheelchair races. That shit is fun as hell. Emmy nods. Oh yeah, of course. It's not like I've lost him permanently. Well, but it's a pain in the ass all the same. I nod sympathetically. No, I think she needs a hug. Can we give her a hug? I feel like a dramatic, romantic, no, not romantic, just intense scene, maybe. There's not much else I can do after all. What am I gonna say? Do? Say I told you so? Although I did tell her to get that leg looked at. But by the time I noticed it, by the time I noticed, it was too late anyway. Do you need help with anything? That is, can I help with anything? Emi shakes her head and there's a bit of her usual grin back. Nah, I can manage fine by myself. Although, if you want to help me over to my bed, it would save me the trouble of rolling over there myself. It would be my honour, Emi. I blush in spite of myself. Emi giggles. You're such a prude, Hisao. I'm not a prude. I just wouldn't want to take advantage of a young woman such as yourself. It's ungentlemanly like. I wheel Emi's chair to her bed and easily scoop her up and deposit her there. She quickly sorts herself out and sits on the side. She's actually a little heavier than she looks. It would be rude of me to observe this aloud, of course. So you say it anyway. Man, you're kind of fat. You might as well be saying that. Yeah. Emi hits me with a pillow. Ass. Just saying is all. Must be all that running. At the mention of running, Emi's grin falters slightly. Well, I guess I don't have to worry about that for a bit, huh? Maybe I'll lose some weight. That's what you do to lose weight, right? Cease physical activity? I'm pretty sure that's what the nurse would recommend. Speaking of which, are you going to still be showing up in the mornings? I'd hate to run a lot. Ah, shit. Emi's sudden interjection, more a disquieted muttering than anything too profane, causes me to look over in shock. She's leaning forward, trying to cover the fact that she's crying by covering her eyes with a hand. Of course, the subdued sobbing makes it pretty obvious that she's crying. Hey, I'm sorry. Forget I said anything, okay? I place a hand gingerly around her and pull her close. I can think of nothing else to say or do. How do you comfort someone who's just lost their legs again? Emi wraps me in a hug and stays that way for a while. Sorry. I'm pretty bad at this whole comforting thing, I guess. I have to say. Me, personally, I'm awesome at it. Alright, they don't call me Panda for no reason. That was a nickname from high school. But that's another story, you know. That could maybe be brought out in a different commentary. Don't say that. I'm fine, really. Her voice is slightly muffled by my chest. I pat her head reassuringly. That's the spirit, right? You'll get through this fine, I know it. Besides, I'm here to help you, remember? Emi lifts her head and stares at me with tear-stained eyes. Can you? Can you really? She's grinning lopsidedly and something sparkles in her gaze. I can't tell if I'm being mocked or not. Of course, I mean sure, you're a bit heavy, but My witty comment is cut off by the sudden press of Emi's lips on mine. I'm caught off guard, and am rewarded by hitting my head on the wall behind her bed. Ow! Emi pulls back, trying to look concerned rather than like she's about to laugh. Are you okay? Sorry. I rub my head ruefully and grin back at her. Caught me off guard there. Is that going to become a habit? Am I going to be lectured by Shizuna and Misha more? At the mention of the duo, Emi giggles. Honestly, those two. If I didn't know why, I'd be utterly confused as to why she hangs around with someone so bossy. Which one are we talking about? You know exactly the one, Hisao. Misha's hardly bossy. So what's the reason then? Huh? Reason why Misha hangs around Shizune? Emi waves my question off with a smile. No idea. I see. I know. Anyway, you seem to be forgetting the original question, don't you? Oh yeah, I guess I am. You wouldn't mind giving a guy a little warning, would you? Otherwise I'm liable to wind up with a concussion. Well, if you sign this contract here every time you want to kiss her, you know, then hey. I emphasize the point by rubbing at the back of my head. Emi giggles madly. You could wear a helmet. Some kids here do, you know. Or I could just take revenge. I grab a pillow from beside me and whack Emi over the head. And she's down. Down for the count. 1. Emi topples off the bed and lands on the floor with a thump. 2. Oh, she's back up, damn. Her arms promptly reappear on the bed and she manages to pull herself back up. She really has a surprising amount of strength in that little body. Ooh, maybe she could be the dominant figure in the relationship. Her face is turned downwards and away from mine, making me think I may have accidentally hurt her. Emi, you okay? You didn't hit your... A hand shoots up and grabs my collar. She pulls me with a sharp tug, her face now barely an inch away from mine as she grins cheekily. Emi? And we're gone. She gives me a sharp headbutt, our foreheads making quite a loud thud. Ow. That hurt. I sit back and rub my now sore head as Emi smirks victoriously. How's that for revenge? No fair. You can't take revenge for revenge. Someone missing most of her legs. Emi's surprisingly agile. I swipe at her, but she deftly rolls out of the way and lands a hit with her pillow. Of course, the odds are against her. I can stand up for starters. Oof! Hey! Hey! I see what's going on here. Guess I can't, after all. Emi seems to effectively trip me up and is now sitting primely astride me as I lay on my back. I'm not even sure how she managed it. I win! Her eyes twinkle mischievously. I've been thoroughly defeated, and by a girl that's a fraction of my size at that. Then again, being defeated doesn't seem quite so bad. Emi being positioned over my waist isn't something that I or my body can ignore easily. I open my lips to speak, but Emi's head darts downwards before I can get so much as a word out. I give no resistance as she presses her mouth to mine, not that I'd want to. This is different somehow. Well, for one, she is on top of you. She pulls back, nips at my lower lip and reinitiates the embrace. Her tongue darts inside my mouth, exploring. Oh, what's this over here? Oh, this is new. Hey, some gum from last week. I can feel a warmth spreading through my body as my heart begins to beat faster. My mind starts to go foggy and I become vaguely aware of my hand travelling up Emi's butt. Emi gasps as I reach her breast, then there's a giggle and then I stare up at a grinning Emi. Told you, that makes my second one now. What? That doesn't count, you use feminine wiles. All's fair in love and war, right? Ha! And you're even blushing. I didn't know you were a blusher, Hisao. You were blushing too, you know, probably because of your prudish ways. Even I've got to admit this is a stupid thing to say to a woman who is currently straddling me and has been, up until a few seconds ago, playing tonsil hockey with me. Tonsil hockey, that's new. God no, that's terrible! You're not supposed to... Oh wait, no, tonsils. Oh no, that's... I'm thinking of you, uvula. Wait, uvula? Uvula? You know that dangling thing at the back of your throat? It's like a uvula. You know that if you touch it, you throw up. Approved, am I? Oh, maybe that means she wants to take a top off. Well then, let's see who blushes first, shall we? Oh! I can sense something coming on here. Wait, hang on. I need to find out how much... Okay, gonna stop the episode there. As much as I'd love to continue going, I'm going to stop it there and continue next time. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. I have no idea what's going to happen next. I have a slight assumption of what's going to happen next, but I really don't know. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you next part. Bye!